Hi guys, it's Kasha. Welcome to the channel and to the Wonderland. As you know, I'm here with coffee for you guys, and grab your mugs. This is a Intercomic haul and there are a lot of reaction figures in this haul, and it's hard for me to believe as well, but there is no Funko Pop in this haul. Alright guys, so the Intercomic, for all of you that don't know what this is, the Intercomic takes place twice a year in Cologne, Germany. So the Intercomic is not really like a big Comic Con. There are no cosplay contests, there are no guests from movies and series or stuff like that. There are no photo shootings or anything like that. It is like a small event for people that are really hardcore comic collectors, and you can find there like rare editions of comics, a lot of old stuff from all different kinds of comics. And it is pretty awesome and I love it. And they also invite some artists that work in comics or manga and stuff like that, and they can draw something for you while they're there or sign something for you, and that is super good. And they do invite people also from other countries. There are not only artists right here from Germany, and I really like it. And the only bad part is that most of the comics that they sell there are the German editions, but that's also good for my bank account because it means that I cannot buy everything because most of the stuff is in German, so I do hunt for some English things. And this year I was not so focused in comics, but I did get two very special ones, and the rest of the things are figures. Which most of them are horror because I have a problem with horror. I like it. So funny enough, like I said, I didn't get any Funko because I don't even think there were Funkos there this time. I didn't see any. But it is funny because my very first Funko Pop, which was the Gremlin from Gremlins, that I got at the Intercomic in some table where he was all alone, and I paid cheap for him, and I didn't know what I was doing back then. I was naive. I didn't know what I was doing. I just thought, oh cool, a Gremlin, this figure looks nice, I'm gonna take it. And well, that thing happened on the background, so that kind of triggered everything. So it was funny because apart from that Funko Pop, I've not really seen many Funkos in this little event. I go twice a year there. I didn't vlog this time because I didn't really have much time, so I couldn't take my camera with me, but I do have a nice haul and I really hope that you enjoy it. If you have not grabbed your mug yet as I asked you to, I'm gonna let you go now and grab your cup of coffee. I'll be waiting. Do you have your cup of coffee now? Alright, let's start this then. So, since this was mainly a comic event, I'm gonna show you first the two actual comics that I got there, which are horror related and I love them. Alright, so the first comic that I gotta show you is from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And don't tell me that this cover does not look amazing. And it says on the back that it is the Blood Chrome edition. And I just loved it so much that I had to take it. It was not really cheap, but I just loved it so much, and I love Buffy so much that I just had to grab this one. And it comes on the back with this certificate of authenticity, and I thought that was also pretty cool since it is a special edition. And this is a limited series of 5,000 copies, and you get here the number of the copy that you have, which in my case is 3007, and that's pretty cool. It's pretty neat, and I just loved it, and I just decided to grab this one because, I mean, look at this, look at the shine, look at that blood. It's just so pretty, and as you know guys, I just love Buffy a lot. And the second comic that I got is also a very exclusive one, and that is from A Nightmare on Elm Street. And here is Freddy, and this is also a limited edition variant cover that they did. It does come with a certificate here on the back as well, and it says here that it is a platinum foil edition, and is 1 out of 1,250 copies that were printed, so it's more limited than the Buffy one. The Buffy one was 5,000. This one is 1,250 copies printed. That is pretty cool, and it is the platinum edition. It is also issue number 2, and I just loved it so much. I just loved it. This cover is amazing, and I was like, you know, if I'm gonna spend my money in some comics, at least I'm gonna take some like rare editions, like variant covers like these ones, because they are super awesome. So here again are the two comics that I did get at the Intercomic, and I picked these ones because they were very special and kind of like rare and harder to find. So I thought, you know, I would put my money on them because they're really special, and I love these two franchises so much that I just had to take them. So moving forward with the haul, we have a bunch of reaction figures that we got together from the same seller, and they all belong to the same series, and that is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And it is super cool, and it is funny because on the way to the Intercomic, I was telling Jeff how it would be cool to find some Buffy the Vampire Slayer figures because I don't really have much merch from Buffy, and I love the show. And the funny thing is I found a lot of figures for super cheap, and I got them all. I got all the ones that I could find. I bought them all. So let's watch them together. And the first figure is Wesley. And if you don't follow the show, let me give you a basic thing. So Buffy is a vampire slayer. She slays vampires, she kills vampires, and she has a watcher, which is a guy that helps her, you know, and helps her know about creatures and monsters and how to defeat them and stuff like that. So Buffy has Giles as her watcher, and at some point in the series, Giles is not allowed anymore to be Buffy's watcher, and she gets this guy to come watch over her, which she's not really happy about. And it is a very funny part on the series. I'm not gonna tell you more in case that you want to watch it, but here is the first figure that I got, and I paid €5 for him, which is around, I don't know, maybe $7 or so, which is kind of cheap. And he comes with a lot of accessoires, and he comes also with a stand, and it says here this is the previous exclusive Bad Girls Wesley, and that's very funny. And he's not like a main character throughout the whole series, but for some weird reason, as you can see here on the back, they did many versions of him, which is funny. And this is the previous exclusive edition, and I don't think I'm gonna try to find the other Wesleys. I think having one is enough. And it is super cool. I'm still not sure if I'm gonna unbox all of these ones. At least I'm gonna wait until I have space, because as you know, my FUNKO problem has caused me also space problems, but I'm still gonna get more figures because I have a problem. And I mean, like, for €5, how can you say no to this? Next we have the Master, and he appears in season 1 from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and he was such an awesome character. I loved his design of so much. He looked so awesome. I would have loved to see him in more seasons. He's awesome. And I also got this figure from the same seller, and only for €5, which was great. And his box is also not like in super perfect condition, but you know, for €5 you just cannot let this go. And he belongs to this wave where they made 4 different ones. I might try to get these ones because they're all like main characters, so it would be cool to have them all. Next we have Every Man's Dream, Cordelia, and she's also, I think she appears until season 3 or 4, I'm not really sure. And she is actually, at the beginning you kind of hate her, but then you learn to love her for who she is, and I really like her, I really do. And I love the actress that plays Cordelia. I think she does a great job. I also got this figure for only €5, which was great, and all these figures come with a stand and some accessories, which is super cool. And she belongs to a totally different wave. As you can see here in the back, they also made Giles and Spike and stuff. I think it would be cool also to grab these other figures from this wave, so I might try to find them somewhere on eBay or so, or in other conventions, because I think it would be cool when you have so many like Buffy figures all together. Next we have Willow, and this is another Universe.com Willow exclusive. And again, I paid only €5 for this one. And here is our charismatic Willow. She also comes with a lot of accessoires, you know, books and computers, things she loves, and I love myself. And she's also super cool. I love her as a character, and I like this figure so much. And she belongs to this wave. It's the same wave that the Master belongs to. And I guess this is the regular edition from Willow, and I have these another Universe.com exclusive, and that's why the clothes look different. And the last figure that I got from the same seller is another Willow. And we have here a limited edition transformation Willow. And she looks so awesome. Look at that stand. Look at that. I love it. I love that stand. It's awesome. And I love to have another version of Willow. And she belongs in this case to this wave of 6 different Willows, which is great. I might actually try to get this ones because I really like this character, so I wouldn't mind to have more versions of her. And then I was walking there on the Intercomic, and in a corner, totally forgotten, there was a box for figures for 50 cents. 50 cents. And I got this figure from Buffy Summers, and I'm aware that the back of the box is missing, and that's why it was only 50 cents, but the figure is still in box and I pay 50 cents, you know? It's like, it was so cheap, I couldn't say no. And it is a End of Days Buffy from Tower Records. And as you can see, some of the box is still, you know, intact, but like, kind of like the back is missing. So that's why this guy was selling it only for 50 cents, but I was like, come on, it has like another set of arms and it has a cool axe and stuff. Like, how can I say no to this? I'm just gonna take it. And I mean, one day my idea is to have a nice set of the Buffy figures displayed when I have space again. So I will take her out of the box anyways, and even if I keep it in the box, like, how can you say no to get Buffy Summers figure for 50 cents? Like, you cannot leave it there. It's like, it's a crime. So you have to take her home. And it was the only Buffy that I could find at the convention, so I just had to take her. And before we move to another franchise, I gotta show you something else that I got from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and it's also a figure, but bigger. And this is the Gentleman, and don't tell me this is not awesome. Awesome. This character is hilarious. It's so great. It's this kind of creepy guys that have this like permanent metallic smile and cannot change that. And they're always like this and look very creepy. And they kind of float over the earth. They don't touch the ground. And they set a town totally mute. No one can speak, so they cannot cry for help. And then they steal people's hearts and souls, and they're cool and they're nice. So this is the Gentleman, and apparently they did a set of 3 different ones, because those are the 3 main characters, as you can see here in the picture. So these are the 3 different figures that they have. So I might try to get the other 2 gentlemen so that I can display them together later. This is a 12-inch figure from Buffy, and it is from Sideshow Toys, and I just loved it. And I only paid €8 for it, €8, which I don't know, maybe it's $10 or so. So I thought that was a really great price, and you don't really find these figures all of the time everywhere at conventions and stuff, because, you know, the merch from Buffy, it's kind of older now, like old, so it's not so easy to find anymore. So, you know, it was in perfect condition. You can see here he has the heart that he collects from people, super cute, and he has his smile. How can you say no to that? I really love this character. I still don't have the Funko Pop from the Gentleman though. I need to get the Funko Pop because it also looks super cool. And for all of you that have not watched Buffy yet, maybe you should watch it. I mean, at the beginning it might look also a little bit more like a teenage thing, but as the series goes on, it gets more and more mature, and I think they do a great job. And I just love it because, you know, you don't only see Buffy fighting vampires, but there's a lot of different like creatures and characters and things that come into the show. And I don't know, the story and the characters are developed in such a cool way. I really loved it, and I'll recommend it to anyone. So before we move away from horror, there is another figure that I have to show you. Last time I was at the Intercomic, there was this guy that had cheap figures for sale, and he had this figure from Nightmare on Elm Street, from Dream Warriors, where Freddy... it's a scene where Freddy becomes this huge worm and starts to eat this girl, and I loved that one. And when I went back this year to the same guy, he had another one of these collection figures, and this one is from Friday the 13th. So we have Friday the 13th, and this is from the very first movie, and spoiler alert, this is the end scene. Sorry, I hope I didn't spoil it for anyone, but yeah, basically this is the end of the first movie where you think everything is over and this poor girl can finally go home, and then she's in this boat and then Jason comes out of nowhere and jumps on her, and this scene creeped the fuck out of me because I was not expecting it. Of course, not the first time. When you rewatch the movie, then you're kind of like prepared for it, but the first time you watch it and you don't know this is gonna happen, you pee your pants. You pee your pants. And I love these figures because they are representing a scene, an important scene from the movie. And they're not just like a basic standard reaction figure that just stands there or that you can pose a little bit, disposable ones. But this is like a really interactive scene of something that happened in the movie, and they look so awesome when you display them between the horror movies and stuff like that. And they are so cool. They are from Mezco and they belong to this horror house thing collection, and they have other ones. I think there are more like reaction figures, as you can see here in the back. But then they have these 3 ones. This is the one that I said that I have already, and I was able to get this one. And actually I asked the guy selling them if he had this one as well because I wanted to, and he told me, oh, maybe I have it home, you know, it's possible. And I'm like, I'm gonna come back to the next Intercomic, so if you have that figure, bring it, okay? I'll come, I'll buy it. I promise. I'll come and I'll buy it because it's the last one that I need to complete this series of 3, and I love these scenes, figures. And now let's unbox this one. Unboxing my figures. Every unboxing ever. Give it to me. Why is this stuck? But why? Why do you hate me? Alright, so we have here the figure, and it does look like it is a lake. Like, this is a little bit translucent. Maybe you cannot see it properly on camera, but it is like kind of a little bit see-through, that water. It is so awesome. So here we have our first survivor, the only and sole survivor from the first part of Friday the 13th. And this end scene was awesome. I mean, it's not really the end scene because after Jason grabs her, we can see her at the hospital totally traumatized about this. I mean, like, can you blame her? And I love this scene so much because, like I said, it scared me so bad. I was not expecting that scene, and it was amazing at the same time, of course. And you can see here all the work that they did with Jason coming out of the water. It's just amazing. Look at that faces. Look at those faces. Seriously, these figures are so awesome. And like I said, I really love the fact that it represents a scene. It's not just a single figure standing, and they are so cool and special. I love them. So I hope that I can find the other one from Leatherface because it also looks really sick. And then I'll have the 3 of them, and this is going straight to my shelves. And the good part about these figures as well, as the one from the Nightmare on Elm Street, is that they're both flat, so you can just display them very easily everywhere, also on top of movies if you want, and that is super cool. And the last 2 things that I have to show you from the Intercomic, from this haul, are 2 busts. They are from different things. The first one is from Battlestar Galactica, and that is 6. And we got this bust pretty cheap. I think we only paid 10 to 15 euros for it, which is great. And it is a numbered one. It is a Diamond Select Toys limited edition, 929 out of 2,500, and this is how it looks like. I am also going to unbox her for you guys. The box is not in the greatest condition or something, but it was a really good deal. It was cheap. I love Battlestar Galactica, so how can I not take this home? On the inside, it comes as well with this certificate of authenticity that we see in this kind of bust figures, and also here again our number. The figure comes with 4 arms, so 2 sets of arms, and this is because as you can see in the back of the box, I'm gonna show you now, you can either pose her like this, or if you get the other figure from Battlestar Galactica, as you can see here, you can change her arms for the other set, and then she can be in this different position, interacting with the other character. Here's the bust without arms now, and she looks super cool. I really love it. Like, these busts are so nice to collect because they look so awesome on the shelves. And I love the idea that you can put either the regular arms or the other ones if you have the other figure. Here is the base, which is awesome. And here we have again our special limited edition number. Let me show you as well the back of the figure, which is pretty cool. I love it. I love it. She feels kind of heavy, and actually the work, I was not sure of the quality of the bust, but it's actually pretty awesome, and they did put more detail into it than I thought. It looks pretty cool. Some of these busts, as you know guys, they don't always look 100% like the character, which I think is a little bit her case, but it is still a pretty awesome bust. If you guys follow me on Instagram and Facebook, you already know what's coming at the end, because I have one bust left, and you know what it is. You'll know it, guys. It's my Hellboy. It's my boy. And I love this. And I went into the convention thing, and in the first 10 minutes of me being there, I saw this. And I was like, I want this so bad. It was kind of pricey. The guy selling it saw me doing the puppy eyes to the figure. And then he told me, oh, you know, we can talk about the price, you know, I can do something for you. And I'm like, yeah, I know I shouldn't buy this because it's expensive, but I wanted it so bad. So at the end of the con thing, when I was about to leave, I went past his place again, and I ended up buying it. He did go down on the price for me, which I appreciate, but it was still kind of pricey. But I mean, I don't have any figure from Hellboy, and I adore Hellboy so much. And there's not even a Funko Pop from Hellboy. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, I would love Funko to do a Hellboy line. There's so many awesome characters that they could do. So awesome. But I don't know what they don't. Like, maybe they have problems getting the rights. I don't know. But please, Funko, Hellboy collection. Awesome. And this is so cool, and it does come with the movie. But I was telling the guy, I have the first movie like in 4 or 5 different editions already. Like, I don't really need another one, so I just want this for the statue, you know. It's the only reason really that I want this for. And I love the box as well. It does come also with some extras like a comic and stuff. I'm just gonna show it to you guys. Here is Hellboy, and it looks sick. It looks so awesome. Like, look at that. And this is a certification that it comes with it, and look at this. I love it. I love that they did the window with the sign. It is so awesome. And here it is. Look at that base. It's so cool. And I'm actually gonna meet Ron Perlman again. I already met him last year here in Germany, but I'm flying to London for the film convention in July, and Ron Perlman is coming, so I was thinking maybe I should take this and get it signed. I don't know yet, but it will be a cool idea. And basically it comes here with the movie, and you can see in the back everything that it's in there. It has a couple of comics and a little book or something like that. And it's like it seems like it's a 3 DVD edition of the movie, and it is called the Director's Cut Limited Edition. And it has a longer movie edition. It has 3 DVDs, it has 2 comics and stuff like that. And here is the other side of the box. Here it is. And I was thinking maybe I'll make an extra video of unboxing this boy. I don't want this video to get too long, and maybe some people are interested in seeing really everything that it's in this box. Maybe they're interested in buying it, I don't know. So I think maybe I'll do like an extra separate video of unboxing this baby. And he's just awesome. I'm in love with him, and I'm so happy that I have him, because I've been wanting like a figure from Hellboy for a long time. And I always went to conventions, and they only had this like little reaction figures, and they were like 80 euros for a reaction figure from Hellboy, and I'm like, damn, that's so much money. And so, you know, if I'm gonna spend money, I'd rather do it in a little statue or something like that than in a super expensive reaction figure, because, you know, this looks so much nicer when displayed, and it is so cool. And I love Hellboy. If you love Hellboy as well, let me know down below. So guys, this was everything from my Intercomic haul, and I hope that you enjoyed seeing all the items that I got. Let me know as always down below which was your favorite one and what you thought about my pickups. Remember also to support the channel by giving it a thumbs up, and if you're not a subscriber yet, join the coffee club and click the subscribe button. If you want to follow me on other social media, all the links are down below as well for you, and I'll see you guys then in my next coffee time. Bye!